Hello guys and welcome to my new video, and this will be your weekly update about Virginia and New Jersey gubernatorial races. Okay, also we have to understand that the early vote in California has officially started this week, and that will be another point for next videos if we do have the access to the data, which I don't know if that is true or not. So in this week in Virginia, we saw a tremendous thing. Turnout was down. Okay, we finished last week at about 71%. I think 70% of what it was in 2024. That was in 2024 was 4.5 million. This means that we were approaching like 3.4, 3.5, and at this point we're heading for, at least so far, which is very preliminary, a lower turnout than in 2021. Even though early vote is higher, because people are voting more early, or in-person early vote, or mail-in vote. Okay, people are voting early, more big numbers. That's why we should use 2024 as comparison and not 2021, because ways of voting changed. People used to vote on election day. Now people now are voting more early or in person early. And we should understand that we do have a difference. Right now, in terms of the EV turnout target, we're at 27% of what is estimated as turnout, and we do have a long way to go. We do have 2 weeks left. Okay, not 2 weeks. I'm going to do 3 weeks. 3 weeks left, like 20 something days. In the last week of the election, in the last week, in the last week before the election, we're gonna have more polling places. That will mean the turnout will be substantially higher. At least we expect it. If that is true or not, we only know in those days. The point I'm making is requests were up this week. Requests were up a big time, I would say. They were up 6,000. I don't have the update of Saturday. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to talk about Saturday in the next video. I'm sorry, not Saturday, of Friday of today. I'm recording this video on Friday, October 10th, and we're gonna release this video on Sunday, October 12th. The point I'm making here is probably gonna get the data tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, but I don't know, because sometimes this has a lot of delay and we don't have the data. So I'm gonna just record a video today and we just talk about Friday data in the next report next week. I'm doing this basically for free, and if you're gonna help me just with a small, or even if you want to donate with $1, that helps a lot, because sometimes it's being here, because I'm not in the US. It's not that easy in terms of the time zone. Okay, but okay, let's continue to the video. That doesn't matter. I'm sorry, you guys. And then what I have to know, this difference, that turnout was down both for the Democrats and both for Republicans, but the Republicans, they still have an edge in terms of the turnout of about 5.5 percentage points. That is not enough for the Republicans to win. Okay, because the Republicans need a bigger margin, a bigger differential. I know this is early vote, and the Democrats should appear in bigger numbers in the early vote, and the Republicans will win the election day vote. At least that's what happened in 2024. Trump won by about, I think it was 6 points or something, but he lost Virginia by 5.6, as you know. And this differential needs to be substantially higher. I don't see that happening. That's why I predict that Abigail Spanberger is going to be the next governor of Virginia, and that's just not what's going to happen. You do have about Virginia, I don't have much to say about this way, because I don't think we're going to have a Republican surprise. Probably in the Attorney General race, that's probably the case. Okay, the Democratic candidate got a scandal on him, and Jay Jones, as you know, and right now it looks like that he might lose the race. You know how the prediction markets were before the scandal was revealed, and now it's all over the place, and the Republican Party might win the race there, and that would be impressive. If you can hold to Attorney General, even if you don't hold the gubernatorial race nor the lieutenant governor, this is still a plus, if you will. I don't know if he's going to drop out or not, Jay Jones. If he does, that might help the Democrats. We don't know if that will happen. And for Virginia gubernatorial, as you can see here, 92% of chance that Abigail Spanberger is going to be the next governor, and I do think that's what's going to happen. Okay, I'm almost 100% sure. We need to know the margin. The margin will matter. Kamala won by almost 6. If she can win by 10 plus or even 12 plus, 13 plus, that will matter. If it's just like Kamala won by 6 or 7, even if she won by 7 or she wins by 7 or 8, that doesn't, it's not big of a difference. At least the Democrats are saying a lot of bad stuff about the Trump administration. They need to prove it. They need to prove it in this election, because if you want to say something bad, you need to prove it electorally speaking. Yes, that is true. Democrats did a lot of great results in special elections, in Wisconsin Supreme Court election, in the Florida special elections. Also, they did surprise us in many contests, but this will be another test, another key test when we head to 2026 cycle. Let's talk about New Jersey, which I think it's a very competitive race actually, and Jack Ciattarelli, the Republican candidate, might have a shot at winning. Okay, I will say this: might have a shot, because I will know 100% sure almost that if he will win or not in this week here. In the last week of the campaign, we're gonna have the in-person early vote. I'm just saying this, but this is so important. Okay, in-person early vote will be the crucial target for the Republicans to win. The Republicans need to win. Okay, they don't have a shot at winning New Jersey if they fail to win. Even if they lose by 2,000 votes, gone. In 2024, there were about a big number. I think this was 1.2 million votes in terms of the in-person early, and Trump lost by 18,000. I mean, not Trump. The Republican Party lost by 18,000. This is not great at all. Okay, they need to win this. By how much? I don't know, but they need to win. If they don't win, which might be probably the case, they're gone. The Republicans are gone, and Jack Ciattarelli, which I do think is an amazing candidate. I'm not mean in terms of policies or something. I mean in terms of the way he can turn out voters. Okay, when I say he's amazing or terrible, it's not in terms of his policy. I'm not here judging the policy. I'm judging here in terms of the enthusiasm he can produce to voters, and if he can actually turn out voters, which is the most important part electorally speaking, as you know. And the return rate, the Republicans still have an advantage, but the advantage is now fading down as expected as well, because I said in the last video, I think, Republicans will have a better return rate until like end of second week, and then they will start to shrink. If this is a trend or not, we cannot be 100% sure, because this is just a start. But I do think this is a trend that we'll start seeing until the Democrats will actually flip the return rate delta, if you will, and then we'll go expanding towards the Democrats until we end something like 82% for the Democrats and 80% for the Republicans, or something like that. Okay? Right now, in terms of the county map, in terms of the New Jersey gubernatorial, is like this. The Democrats are winning every county. They will win every county. They won in 2024 every county, and Trump was almost very competitive there. He only lost by 6 points. Virginia and New Jersey are 2 6-point defeats for Trump. That's why I think the Democrats should aim at least for 10% or more difference. If they don't have that difference, that might not be great news for the Democrats when we head to 2026. In terms of the in Kalshi, Democratic Party has now a 77% chance of winning. Mikey Sherrill, the Democrat, and Jack Ciattarelli has 23% chance of winning. He was at 11 and almost 10, and now he's at 23. So he's improving. They're actually seeing a little bit more enthusiasm for the Republican Party, but they really need, I'm going to say this honestly to you, if you're a Republican, you really need a lot of enthusiasm to win New Jersey. New Jersey is one of the states that has the most Democratic influence there, because it was Democratic by double-digit margins for a long time, and now it looks like it's starting to trend Republican, but it's not easy. Okay, and you need to have that in mind. Even if you might love Jack Ciattarelli and you might vote for him quite overwhelmingly, you need to understand that this is not easy, and you're battling with the Democrats in I would say, still a blue state. So this is the video, guys. I hope you have liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. And don't forget the live stream, November 4th, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time to 2 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to cover all of this. New Jersey gubernatorial, Virginia gubernatorial, New York City mayoral race, and also California Proposition 50, and many other smaller races. So thank you, guys, and we'll see you in the next.